to, thank you, Mom. All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I am excited and welcome you all to today's event. My name is Glennis Selden. I am the local president here for Women's Council of Realtors, and I'm honored to be serving as your president. We are excited to have you join us for this engaging and informative session where we'll dig into some crucial topics that can significantly enhance our professional toolkit and better serve our clients. Our agenda for today is packed with valuable insights and practical knowledge, a brief overview of what we'll be discussing. We have an awesome panel lined up. We'll be going over mortgage protection through life insurance, understanding the importance of mortgage protection and how life insurance can safeguard our clients' investments and provide them with a peace of mind. We'll be exploring the buyer's representation agreement, exploring the ins and outs of the buyer's representation, and ensuring that we protect our clients and how we get it signed. We'll be talking about tax sales, gaining insight into the complexities of tax sales, how they work, what we need to know to navigate this, which is often overlooked in real estate. So we'll go into maybe some investments and how you can support your clients, and how to have a successful home buyers workshop, where we're learning the steps to organize and execute an effective home buyers workshop, empowering our clients with the knowledge they need to make informed decisions, and building your net worth through your network, discussing strategies to leverage our professional networks to grow our businesses and personal net worth, fostering long-term relationships, long-term success in our real estate careers. So we are very fortunate to have an amazing lineup of speakers in our industry. We have experts on the Zoom with us today who will be sharing their expertise and their experiences with us. Their insights will not only help us to stay ahead in the ever-evolving real estate market, but also ensure that we provide exceptional service to our clients. So before we dig into our topics, I want to remind you guys that this session is going to be interactive. So if you have any questions after each panel speak, you can either put them in the chat while they're speaking, maybe they can address it, or you can hold on to the end for our Q&A. Once again, thank you guys so much for being here, and let's make the most of this opportunity. Let's learn, connect, and grow together. Without further ado, we are going to get the party started. So we're going to start off with our mission statement, and we're going to have my first Vice President, Mary King Baptiste, go over read our mission statement.
Thank you, Madam President. Our mission statement is, we are a network of successful realtors advancing women as business leaders in the industry and in the communities we serve.
Thank you so much, Mary. And then we have a district vice president on the line with us today, Teresa Miller, who is going to acknowledge our leadership. Before I do that, are you on mute, Mom? I'll go ahead and introduce my board as well before we introduce any other leadership. So first, starting with my president-elect, who will be the 2025 president very soon, Ms. Siobhan Hull. Yay. You can unmute yourself and say hi.
Forgot I was muted. Hello, everyone.
Then we have the amazing Tiffany Wilson, who is our membership director.
Hi, everybody. Glad you could join us today.
You guys met Mary, or she read our mission statement. She is the first vice president. Say hi, Mary.
Hi. Welcome.
And then we have our events director on the line, Ms. Linda Henry.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
And then last but not least, the amazing treasurer, Ms. Delisa Harold Jeffries. Say hello. Is it Jeffries Harold? Did I say
Beat
it
it
right?
up.
All right.
That's okay. Hello, welcome, and we're glad you joined us.
Okay. My mother is our district vice president. Go ahead and take it away.
Thank you very much, Madam President, for this amazing opportunity. We do have our esteemed leaders who are going to be joining us. Our first esteemed leader is Taffy Mara. She is our state president, and she will be joining us as soon as she can. We have our president-elect, Stephanie Stansel from the South Bay Network, who also will be joining us. And as Glenna said, I am the 2024 and 2025 District Vice President for the Women's Council of Realtors, California. Do we have any other leadership that I may not have known about? If so, please unmute yourself, tell us your organization and your position, and say hi. Okay, I don't see any unmuting or speaking, so I will pass the mic back to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much. Okay, so now we are going to get into the fun. We are going to start with our first panelist. He will be talking about the benefits of mortgage protection through life insurance. And we're going to have our president-elect, Ms. Siobhan. I lied, I'm sorry. Can you go ahead and thank our strategic partners?
Yes. Okay. I just want to thank you to our strategic partners for your sponsorship. And we have, I'm sorry, Splash. No, I can't see. There we go. Powered by Maximo Lending. Jerry Maximo, the president. Is he here? Any of our strategic partners here? We have Blazing Social, 805 Escrow, Essex Mortgage, and we have Bob Maldonado. Oh, that was it. Is Bob Maldonado on here? I saw him. I thought he paid. No, maybe not. I thought I saw him. But that's it. And I just want to thank all our strategic partners because without them, we cannot do what we do here. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so now we are going to go into our first presenter, which is Darvell Williams. Ms. Siobhan, can you go ahead and read his bio, please?
I thought she was reading Ken.
I lied. Tiffany.
Oh. I just want to make sure I'm still reading Darvell's. Okay. So Darvell Williams is a seasoned life insurance agent at New York Life, specializing in a comprehensive range of insurance products designed to protect individuals and families through every stage of life. With a robust portfolio that includes term insurance, permanent insurance, including whole life and universal, mortgage protection insurance, and long-term care insurance, Darvell provides tailored solutions to meet diverse client needs. As a dedicated advocate for financial security, Darvell emphasizes the importance of planning for the unexpected. His expertise ensures that clients are prepared for potential future needs. Additionally, his knowledge and proficiency, tongue-tied, and mortgage life insurance or mortgage protection insurance has helped so many people establish a safety net, preventing mortgage debt from becoming a financial burden during a difficult time. Darvell also offers income protection solutions through disability insurance, filling gaps not covered by employer-provided benefits. With a commitment to personalized service and a deep understanding of insurance products, Darvell stands ready to guide clients through the complexities of insurance planning. His goal is to empower individuals and families to make informed decisions that protect their financial well-being and future security.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. And Darvell, we are so grateful to have you on this call. The
Thank
floor is yours.
Why, thank you, Madam President Glennis. I want to thank everybody for, well, first of all, for Tiffany and Glennis to invite me to offer this insight on how to pretty much bring more value to your clients, making yourself as a professional more referable and being liked. You know, when people like you, they buy from you, and especially in my industry. And so I'm going to hopefully offer some good insights on not only mortgage protection, but also mortgage acceleration. I'm going to touch on that. But before I get started, I want to thank you guys. It is a great honor, great privilege to be able to provide this information and insight as I've done before. As Tiffany said, I've been in the industry for 10 years. And lately I've been doing, working with a lot of real estate professionals. I'm going to say a lot, but quite a few real estate professionals, because they understand the importance of it. And a lot of folks just don't know how mortgage protection is one different than mortgage insurance that you can get from your lender. So mortgage protection is pretty much protecting your mortgage if you do not come home and the good Lord calls you home early. It's for the main breadwinner. Okay. In fact, I just paid, not just paid, my second death claim that I paid out 5 death claims in 10 years. The second one was her fiance had $100,000 kind of life insurance, and it wasn't necessarily set for mortgage protection because it wasn't enough to cover the full mortgage, but she was able to use that $100,000 to stay in the home. And now I just got a call from her. They said her mortgage went up because the taxes went up, but she still has that nest egg that she's able to pay this mortgage. And that just made me feel good, because my job is, and my mission is to empower and make sure that my people in my community, per se, all communities, but more specifically my community, have the knowledge to do better, because when you know better, you do better. Okay, so without that being said, if I can share my screen, I'm going to share here. Okay. Okay, can you all see that?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So just a little quick 5 slide presentation on adding value to your clients with mortgage protection and mortgage acceleration. Like I said, you want to add value. You want to become referable. In my business, referrals are the easiest way to get business. And so I always make it a point to providing excellent service and excellent value outside of what I do in terms of just insurance. And so I'm going to hopefully give you guys some insights, the realtors and real estate professionals, on how to become more valuable to their clients. Not only the new clients, but also the clients that they already have been writing for the past how many years you've been in business. Okay, so mortgage protection is giving yourself and loved ones a peace of mind. Now that all the boxes are unpacked and all the pictures have been hung, the time has come to relax and enjoy your new home. Mortgage protection can help by addressing many of the financial objectives that homeowners have. Unlike homeowners insurance, which protects your property against loss or damage, the customized life insurance solution protects your family's ability to remain in the home if they love, even if that in the home that they love, even if you pass away before the mortgage is paid off. And that's in a nutshell what it is. If you pass before the mortgage is paid off, your mortgage gets to be paid off by your beneficiary, whomever that may be. Okay, all they do have to worry about is the property taxes. Okay, and like I said, my second death claim, she was able to do that. So first, you should be able to educate your clients as I do my clients. I'm not a salesperson. I'm an educator. I taught for 20 years, so I know how to educate. I don't know how to sell. And so, but that education turns into sales for me in terms of life insurance. But let me move this out of the way. So mortgage protection is using a term life insurance product to pay down or pay off your mortgage. And term insurance can range anywhere from 5 years up to about 30 or 35 years in some cases. So most of the mortgage protection policies that I write with new clients are 30-year term policies. Sometimes we talk to clients that have already been in the home and been paying on the home for 5 or 6 years. Then we'll in turn just get a 25-year term policy. So it's very customizable in terms of what the client's needs are. So you can go back to your old clients that you wrote, that you sold a home to 10 years ago and say, hey, let me offer this mortgage protection, because no one is guaranteed the next day. In fact, there's a survey that 2 out of 2 people will die. And I know we don't like to talk about death in our community, but it's something that we need to proactively prepare for. Now, mortgage acceleration, on the other hand, is using a permanent life insurance or cash value life insurance or whole life. They're synonymous. Cash value life insurance and whole life are the same thing, to pay off your balance sooner. So a lot of people want to pay off their home sooner than the 30 years. There are a couple of different ways to do that. We're offering an alternative way. Okay. So first thing, for the mortgage protection, I picked a 35-year-old female, $700,000 loan, 30-year term. So I ran the numbers on a healthy 35-year-old female, and for $700,000, it's only going to be $69 a month, or $826 a year. That means from day one, if something happens, their beneficiaries will get the full $700,000, because life insurance is tax-free. Okay. I ran a similar $500,000 policy. So let's say she doesn't want to pay the full 69 and get the full coverage. Well, at least let's protect this for a number of years by giving you a $500,000 policy. That's only $49 a month, or $590 a year. Contrast that with a 45-year-old female. Of course, she's going to be paying more, because in insurance, as you get older, the more you're going to pay. Each year you get older, you'll pay more in premiums because you're closer to death. So that would be $148 as opposed to $69. And then for $500,000, $106 as opposed to $49. So there is a cost of waiting. People say, oh, okay, I'll just wait. Well, you're going to pay that cost of waiting. Okay, so that's one thing you want to let your clients know. You don't want to wait on this. And it's not a lot of money, but but it is relative. Some people can barely make this $49 payment, and they can't make the $69 payment. Well, let's go ahead and offer the $49, and we can always go down lower than the $500,000 as well. Okay. Now, mortgage acceleration, I did that same $700,000 30-year term mortgage at 6% interest, and that premium, or not premium, that mortgage and principal and interest came to about $4,200 a month. If they paid an additional $500 a month into their mortgage company, they can usually pay that off in about 23 years. Okay, and that's what a lot of people, a lot of clients, they want to do, that to pay their mortgage off early, pay an additional monthly or an additional annual payment. But what if life happens? What if you get a hole in your roof? What if your water heater breaks? What if you lose your job? What if you become disabled on your job? That $500 extra that you're putting into the mortgage company, they won't give that money back. In fact, you will have to take out a home equity loan if you were to have a hole in the roof or your water heater broke. So you won't be able to have that savings that you can just pull from. Okay. But on the other hand, if you pay $550 a month, so about $50 more per month into a whole life policy, you get the life insurance and tax-free savings. And in 23 years, you have just about enough money to pay off the remaining balance. So I ran a mortgage, what's it called, a loan amortization. And in about 23 years, if you did not pay extra, your balance would be about $287 after 23 years. But in the life insurance plan, you'll have $230,000, I'm sorry, of tax-free cash that you can use to pretty much pay off that mortgage, okay, at that 23-year mark. So what's the advantage of doing that? Let me go ahead and, I don't want to stop. Yeah, I'll stop sharing for right now and go into, let's see if I can, there we go. Is this it? Yes. So the advantage of doing that is, oh no, this is not the one, I'm sorry. Share. This is not the one. I am so sorry, y'all. You know, my time is running up. I thought I saved it, but I guess I did not save it. I wanted to give you guys an example of how the cash builds. Oh, I got it. Here we go. Here we go. So this is an example of, uh-oh, can you guys see that?
No, you got to share it. There we go. Now we
There
can.
we go. Okay, there we go. This is an example of that $550 a month that I told you about. At the end of year one, that 35-year-old is 36. They're paying $6,600 a year or $550 a month. Here's the cash surrender value column. Here's the death benefit column. So day one, that death benefit is $576,000. Okay, and as you see, it's going to increase, or I mean, it's going to continue, and it's going to decrease after about 20 years. So in 20 years, 21 years, it goes down. But guess what? Your balance of your mortgage is down too. So you don't really still need that full $576,000. But look at the cash at age 23, roughly $230,000 in year 23. And your death benefit is still $495,000. And if you continue going down, it starts to increase. So this is what whole life insurance does when you're dealing with a dividend paying company like New York Life. We pay dividends so that your death benefit will start to increase. It doesn't stay the same, okay? But let's say in year 5, you got a hole in your roof and you need $20,000. How much cash is in that policy in year 5? Almost $30,000. So all you do is say, Darvell, I need $20,000. You will have that money in your account in 2 days, 2 to 3 days. You don't have to apply for it. You don't have to show credit. You can have bad credit. It's just a matter of a phone call, or you can do it by yourself online. A lot of my clients, they'll take loans from their policy online. Okay, so you can use this money at any time. But if you're putting that money into the mortgage company, you don't have access to have this extra money to be able to take care of life situations. Let's say in year 7, where the cash is $43,647, and you lose your job and you need a cushion for about 6 months. Well, you can use this money to extend your or you know, have that cushion so that you're not stressed. You can still pay your mortgage with the money that you can pull out of here. Okay, does that make sense? Uh-oh, there's my I put myself on a timer. Okay, so that is it. I believe
We have some questions though in the chat. So 2 questions.
Okay, awesome.
What happens after
stop
30
sharing.
years?
So after 30 years with the term policy, what happens usually with all term policies is that it's not automatically stopped. You don't automatically lose your insurance, but the premiums go up so high, they increase dramatically, tremendously, that most people won't keep it. Now, if you're in a situation, you're in year 28 of your term, 29, and you unfortunately develop some type of cancer, you might want to pay that extra increase so that you can still get that death benefit. But in most cases, the term, your term will expire because you don't want to pay that increased term, that increased premium, but your home is paid off. So you've protected your home, you protected your mortgage.
Okay.
I see another question.
And then there's one more. Yeah. If you take the money out, does that reduce the death benefits to the heirs?
It does. Yes, yes. In answer to that question. So if you say, for example, took out that $229,000, it's going to subtract from your death benefit at that point in time, which I believe at that point in time, it was still over 400,000. So you're going to, that's the living benefits of life insurance. You're going to use it while you're living. It's going to cost your heirs a little bit, but if you noticed, or if you remember, that the death benefit increases after that. So you just keep on living, that it's going to be replenished again by the dividends that the company's paying into the policy. Okay.
These are good questions in the chat.
Okay. Does the have return? Okay. Question: is the interest rate 6% fixed for the policy term, or is the interest variable? Well, that 6% that I ran was just an example of a mortgage rate insurance. It's probably higher than that, but I just that was the 6%. That's not the 6% gain on the life insurance. Life insurance usually gains about 4 to 4.5%, but it's tax-free gain. So tax equivalent, that might be about 6.5, 7% if you had to pay taxes on that money. Another question: does New York Life have return of premium policies? Do they offer a guaranteed insurability rider? We do offer a guaranteed insurability rider in terms of a guaranteed insurance, but the maximum is $25,000. Okay, so someone who has stage 1 cancer can come and get a policy, but the maximum is $25,000, and they don't have to provide any type of proof of health. And you have to live 2 years in order to be able to get the death benefit. I've paid out 2 claims with that type of policy. One, the gentleman lived the 2 years, so he got $20,000. Another young lady did not live the 2 years, but she was able to get $975 of what she put into it. So it's pretty much a return of premium in that aspect. New York Life offers return of premium on their universal products. So not the whole life, but the universal products. And so everybody's situation is different. I love to just sit down with people and just go through their unique individual situation. Next question: can the term policy be converted to a whole life? All day. Yes, ma'am. You usually have about 10 years to convert your term. There's a rider that I can put on it that will give you 20 years to convert your term. Okay, so I just did a conversion yesterday, and I did the application yesterday, and it was approved today. So it takes a day for those conversions to work. And now you're participating in the dividend paying of the company by converting it over to whole life. So that's a great question. Another question: what is the interest rate to borrow the money on the cash value? Right now it's 5. And so if you borrow, say, $1,000, you'll pay $50 per year of interest if you don't pay the $1,000 back. Now, if you pay it back, you don't have to pay that interest anymore. However, I tell my clients, you don't have to pay the interest, because the dividends every year that you get in your policy will be able to pay that interest rate. And most of my clients would rather New York Life pay their interest rate than paying it out of their pockets, unless they decide they're going to put the money back into the policy to be able to access that money again. And I have clients that do that all the time. They'll use this policy as their own bank. And the advantage of that is you don't have to apply for the money. And 2, all of it is tax-free. You don't have to pay taxes on that money. Another question, looks like the last question: what is the age limit on taking out a policy? Can a 7-year-old take out a policy? If so, term or whole life, and what is the limit? So the age limit is 85. So a 70-year-old can take out a policy, but they would have to take out either universal policy or a whole life policy or they can take out a 10-year term. I'll take that back, but nothing beyond a 10-year term. Okay, so plus a 10-year term at a 70-year-old is going to be expensive anyway. So you might as well take out a universal or whole life. That's going to increase. So a lot of my older clients will get a final expense policy, for example, for about $15,000 to $20,000. And if they live 10 years, that 15,000 will increase to about 21,000 because of the dividends. And so it kind of increases with inflation. Whereas when you're dealing with a company that does not pay dividends, you don't get that increase. That 15 is going to be 15 for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And so I tell people all the time, if you want to deal with a life insurance company and you want to deal with the cash value life insurance, you want a company that pays dividends. If your company doesn't pay dividends, you're kind of shortchanging yourself. Okay. And so I know my time is up and I got to get ready to get on this boat. I want to thank you all. I hope
traveling.
I don't know if you can tell I was
job.
nervous, but I was nervous. I did a lot better in person than I do on Zoom, to tell you the truth.
Darvell, you did awesome. The questions show that you did awesome because everybody had questions and you were able to elaborate and make it more understanding for us younger people who is new into the whole and term life insurance talk, so we can, share that with our clients. So I appreciate you for hopping on the Zoom before you go party and have a great time. If you can get back on in a car and you want to listen to the rest of the call, hop back on. If anyone has any other questions, if you can put your contact information in the chat and people could get your contact from there. You can email or shoot him a text and enjoy your time.
Thank you so all. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful day. And I'll leave my contact information. If you don't ever hesitate, I probably won't be answering questions while I'm on the boat. But when I get back next Tuesday, I will answer any questions that anyone has. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome.
We're going to talk.
My mom said y'all gonna talk. That's
Miss Teresa. Okay. Yes, ma'am. I look forward to it.
All right. Up next, we have Miss Yvette. Miss Yvette Hitchens. Reading her bio will be our first Vice President, Mary King Batiste.
Thank you again, Madam President. About Yvette Hitchens. Yvette Hitchens is the broker owner of the Hitchens team at Pacific Estates, bringing nearly 27 years of dedicated experience in the residential real estate industry. Throughout her career, Yvette has been passionately committed to helping buyers, sellers, and investors achieve their real estate goals with informed decisions and exceptional service. Yvette's approach revolves around client education, empowering individuals to make confident choices in their real estate transactions. She prides herself on being the go-to person for all real estate needs, ensuring each client receives personalized attention and expert guidance. Specializing in various niche markets, Yvette and her team excel in assisting veterans and active military personnel transitioning, that's PCCing, as well as clients interested in 55+ active adult communities and manufactured homes. Her comprehensive knowledge extends to all facets of real estate, including the specialized regulations governing manufactured homes in California, where she holds licenses as both a real estate broker and salesperson under the Housing and Community Development Department. Yvette holds several prestigious designations and certifications, further enhancing her expertise and credibility in the industry. Her commitment to professional development underscores her dedication to providing top-notch service and up-to-date insights for her clients. With a reputation built on integrity, knowledge, and a client-first approach, Yvette Hitchens continues to be a trusted advisor and leader in the real estate community, delivering results that exceed expectations and build lasting relationships.
Welcome, Yvette. Thank you so much for joining us. The floor is yours.
Good morning, and thank you for that reading. All right, everyone, I'm going to take a quick survey before we get started. If I can see, and I'm going to open up my little view here so I want to be able to view everybody. Okay, tell me, realtors that are out there, by a show of hands, and keep them up because it looks like I got to scroll down. How many of you currently, before the NAR settlement and talks, were doing a buyer consultation with every buyer they met with? Okay, I see one, I see two hands.
I should see my whole team's hand going up.
Okay, second question. How many of those realtors out there are doing or have been doing the buyer representation agreement? Okay, I see one, I see two, I see, is that three, four hands? Glennis, is that four? Because about four people. Okay, so my goal here today, and everything is changing next month, but I want to show you how to do a buyer consultation in order to get the buyer broker agreement signed. And I know there's a lot of fears out there, but I'm going to show you how I do it. And in the last 27 years of my career, I have only had one buyer to not want to sign a contract. And that was okay because I didn't work with them. So no problem. But now every buyer that we take out to tour a home is going to have to sign that before we start touring those homes. So the playing field will be leveled for most. It's going to be about getting those buyer consultation, because it's going to be hard to get someone to sign a contract and they don't know anything about you. So I'm going to start here and share my screen. Oh, I forgot to put my timer on. Hold on, let me just, okay, there we go. Let me just start you now. All right, let me share my screen. Actually, give me just 1 second. I should probably pull it up first. Okay, almost there. All right, here we go. All right, so I want to make sure that everyone is seeing homebuyer consultation guide.
Yes.
Okay, and thank you for acknowledging. I always ask that question, and you might want to ask your clients that question if you're doing any type of presentation via Zoom. Just a funny story. About 3 years ago, I did a buyer consultation online. I'm going through everything, clicking through the slides. I probably talked for about 45 minutes. they never told me that they didn't see my screen. So I always ask that first. All right, so one of the things that I'm going to provide to you today is a link to use my presentation. I did this in Canva, so I will provide the link. If you just want to copy it, you can change up your branding colors, you can change the pictures and brand it, but it will be all done for you. All right. This presentation is, I think, about 35 slides. So I'm just going to kind of give you an overview of what I do. And we'll finish up with some questions, or please feel free to, as I'm going through this, if you do have any questions. All right, so I start off with just a little bit of information about me, talks about my specialties. Then I have a table of contents. So this is going to be everything that we go through in the presentation, starting off with an introduction about why to work for me. We talk about the buyer agency. And honestly, prior to the NAR settlement, I never went through a buyer agency like this. I would do an introduction and then I go right into the buying process. Now, here is the thing that I think is very important. You're going to have to show your value. So now is the time to put it out there. Let people know any type of certification, designation, training, how long you've been doing this. And if you're a new agent, will you work with your team to say, hey, my team has this many years of experience. I think teams are going to be really beneficial for those new agents that are coming in order to help show value. Not that I'm an individual, but I'm backed and we work together. So put out there all that you've done. So these are just some of the certifications, the ABR, the CRS, pricing strategy, new home co-broker. And, you know, I have a specialty in working with veterans and active military. So I want them to see that. I want them to know that they're working with someone who has a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience. Then I start into the buyer agency. So I'm not going to go through all this, but it talks about as an exclusive buyer agency, and it breaks it down for them. Next, which is really important, is if you're a client or if you're a customer. So this is nice because, you know, a client is someone that I have signed a contract with. A customer, you know, first line here is to maintain loyalty to the seller's need. So they get to decide, you know, do they want to be a client or do they want to try to wing it on their own? Next, I explain what dual agency is so that they will understand. And most of us are in the real estate industry here, so I won't go through this. Then I talk about my role as their agent and their role. And I simply just read through what is here on the screen. And I do so, you know, in just a fun way. You know, we're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy the process. Your role is to have fun, enjoy the process as you communicate openly, honestly, and respectfully while maintaining loyalty to our relationship. Then I delve into the big thing that everybody's wondering, how are we going to talk about this, is the compensation. So this slide here talks about how we're compensated. Again, previously, I didn't talk about how it was compensated. I would say that typically in the MLS, the seller, the compensation is listed in the multiple listed service, and I'm compensated by the seller. Well, we have to do something different. And right here, if you could see, you will be informed prior to touring properties of the following. And I probably should add something to this that will say, prior to touring any properties, a buyer agreement, representation agreement will be required. So I think I'll add that little bit. And then I have the different scenarios so that they'll see, okay, here are the things that can potentially happen. After I'm done with that, then the remaining part basically goes into the buying process. Talk about the basics of getting started. Talk about pre-qualification versus pre-approval. Now, most of the time, I like to do a buyer consultation after the client is pre-approved. And I'm kind of rethinking that because maybe I might want to get that individual before I even send them to the lender and go through this process. Because someone that you have poured time into this and given them this valuable information is likely going to come back to you because they see you as a trusted source. I talk about the cost of buying. So, you know, even with my veteran or active military clients, you know, there's zero down, but then there's closing costs. Even if you're using a first-time home buyer program, we have closing costs. Let them know what to expect there. Then I actually have a clickable link so that they're able to get a loan, see the loan estimate, and let them know that once they've applied for the mortgage, they're going to know what their interest rate will be, your principal and interest, if there's the mortgage insurance. They're going to have a good idea of what that monthly payment would be all together along with property taxes. Then I talk about the interest rate lock. So a lot of times when a buyer gets pre-approved, sometimes they think that that's their interest rate, but I always want to explain that no, your rate is not locked in until we find a home. Now, there are some lenders that do the lock and shop, but for most, until you find that home, your interest rate is not locked in. Then we talk about the home search process. Now, this is a favorite one of mine because I'm sure many of you have been asked this question. Is the neighborhood safe? Who lives there? What's the crime like? Well, this will explain it all. So I go through the protected classes, tell them that these questions and that I can give you my opinion, but I can also, I can't give you my opinion, but I can suggest third-party websites and other resources where they can find this information. Next, I talk about the current real estate market so that they kind of have an understanding, you know, it's a seller's market. Decisions needs to be made quickly, prepare to compete in bidding wars. and avoid asking the seller for things. Tread lightly. Next, I go through single family versus condo living and the benefits, because everybody always wants that single family home. Sometimes people don't see the cost of home and home maintenance. So a condo can be a very good starting point. With a home, I do explain that you're responsible for that roof. You're responsible for those pipes that may break you if the sewage line breaks and things like that. Count the cost of true home ownership. Give them some ideas of, questions that they can ask for HOA communities. Then I talk about focusing on what really matters. Few other ways that I can assist, either new construction or sell by owner. And I let them know that I accompany my clients to open houses. Then we go into talking about the contingencies. Talk a little bit, maybe we may need to do an escalation clause. But you can see I am educating. So I'm going to be the one that comes with the value. Once we get that accepted offer, what happens if the appraisal does not come in at value? Again, true cost of home ownership. The variety of inspection types that you can do. So typically, I always say, generally, it's going to be a general home inspection, but there may be other things that we may need to do based on that home inspection, termite, foundation, if there's anything else that is called out. But these are things that you can inspect as a home buyer. Always want to talk about those do's and don'ts, because knock on wood, I don't have any here, but I've heard some horror stories. Fortunately, I haven't experienced those in my career, but I've heard that, people going out and buying new cars before closing. Then I walk them through how to prepare for closing. What's going to happen on closing day. And then my final slide is the next steps. And as you can see, the first thing that I have on here is to complete the buyer representation agreement and disclosures. And that is pretty much it. And I really believe that if you sit down with buyers and provide this value, you are going to be, just right in time. Okay, let me stop you. You're going to be the agent of top of mind, and you probably will not have any issue in getting a buyer to sign with you. All right, so do we have any?
Was amazing.
questions?
Yes, there's a question. There's 2 questions in the chat right now.
Okay, let me see that. Okay, is the contract the same for each buyer? Yes, so the buyer representation agreement, and I know, Janae, you haven't gotten to that point yet, but it will be, each client will have specific needs. So there's going to be some information, what their price range, where they're looking at, different things like that. But for the most part, it is it's a car application, and depending on their needs and where they're looking, price range and thing, that's the information that changes. All right, so Mary, do you do a sample loan estimate with the client during the consultation? No, I don't go in that deep. I just show the one on the screen. Since I'm not a loan officer, but I do at least just give them that information so that they can know what to expect. All right, can we get a copy? Yes. So what I'm going to do is I will pull up the link. I will send you the copy. This is in Canva. All you'll need to do is then to, I believe, download it into your Canva account, change to your brand colors, so mine represents my brand colors, and then add your real estate logo and contact information.
Yes. If you send it, Yvette, send the template link. Don't send the share. Send the template link, just like out of Canva, and we can do our thing. That was dynamite, my dear. Excellent,
Dynamite.
bomb, beautiful, literally like bomb.
Yes, I love it. We have one as well that we use, but I was just texting my mom like, we need to add some of this in and put this.
Yes,
And
very
this.
similar.
Yes.
It's very similar, but I love the
I
addition
love
that
it.
you had with
Yes.
everything. It's amazing. If you can put the link in the chat, or you can
Yes.
email it
Put it in
to
the chat.
I will put it in the chat, and then we'll email it out too in case people who signed up didn't get to jump on. We'll send it out. But thank you so much. That was
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you.
Woo-hoo.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna have our last panelist before Ian comes up. And our president-elect, Miss Siobhan, is going to read his bio.
Okay. About Ken Letourneau. Ken Letourneau is a distinguished expert in tax sales across multiple states in the United States. Ken has established himself as a leader authority in the intricate process and regulations governing tax lien and tax deed sales nationwide, which can be showcased through his business, The Tax Sales Master. Over the years, Letourneau meticulously studied tax laws, property auctions, and investment strategies related to tax liens and deeds. His expertise extends to navigating the legal frameworks and financial implications associated with distressed properties and delinquent tax obligations. Ken Letourneau is renowned for his comprehensive understanding of state-specific regulations, auction dynamics, and the strategic insights necessary to capitalize on opportunities within the tax sales market. He is frequently sought after for his advisory services, seminars, and educational resources aimed at investors looking to leverage tax sales as a viable investment avenue. As a passionate advocate for informed investment decisions, Letourneau continues to empower individuals and organizations through his knowledge sharing initiatives and consulting engagements. His dedication to demystifying the complexities of tax sales has earned him respect and recognition among peers and clients alike. Thank you, Ken.
Yes, thank you, Ken. The floor is yours. You can set a timer, or I'll set a timer, but go ahead. And
All
get
right. Well, thank
everybody
you. Thank you very, very much for allowing me to speak. And I'm going to really tailor a lot to as a realtor here. And we'll touch briefly into the investing part of it too. Okay. So number one is, remember, here in the United States, if you own real property, any type of real property, okay, you have to pay property taxes. Love it or hate it, we have to pay property taxes. If you own a house, if you own a condo, you own a townhome, apartments, condos, land, okay, we pay property taxes. Here in California, you'll get your bill towards the end of the year, and then you'll get one also in the beginning of the year too. So if you don't pay property taxes, the government will basically put a lien. They'll put a lien on your property, okay? And you probably know, as realtors, when you sell properties, you have the title company who will do a title search, and they will see, are there any outstanding taxes that are owed on a property? We see that many, many times. And those taxes have to be paid before the owner will be able to transfer to the new ownership. So seller to the new ownership, taxes have to be current. One of the big ways that people don't realize as a realtor, you have a huge opportunity, because when a property is sold at an auction, at a tax sale auction, LA County is going to be having their tax sale auction in the month of October. And those properties will be sold to the public. They'll be sold, land, houses, condos, townhomes, to new buyers on the properties. And those new buyers are usually going to what? Sell the property. They're going to acquire the property as an investor, pay cash, because remember at the tax sale, you have to pay cash at the tax sale. There's no 3% down or 5% down or anything like that. You have to pay cash at the auction. Well, when they're paying cash, somebody has to sell that property after that new investor or the new person who purchased the house. They need a realtor. And most realtors are not tapping into that business at all, okay? When I do my business and I sell my properties, I do a lot of stuff out of state. All I'm doing is contacting a local realtor in that town. But if a realtor would be contacting me and they knew I acquired that property in that town, I would list it with that realtor immediately, okay? So you have hundreds of properties that go to sale in LA County, in Orange County, in Riverside County, in San Bernardino County. Every county has an auction. Every single county in California has an auction. All you have to do is saying, okay, who found the property? Who bought the property? You can get that through title very easily on them. They'll give you the name, the address, and so on. And then you can do skip trace or locate that person, or drive up to the property and see if the property's empty, or have they started construction on the property. They started construction, you want to talk to the contractor. You want to find who the owner is, okay? Easy business. Very, very easy as a realtor to get listings. And you're not knocking on doors either, okay? You're not knocking on doors. You're not calling people on the phone at all. You already have a person who's going to sell a property. They're going to flip it. They're going to buy it and fix it up and flip it. Okay, it's a no-brainer there. Second way is if you are a buyer and you are planning on purchasing a property, okay, you as a realtor can go to the, you could say, to the existing seller of the property. So if the seller is going to be losing their house, they're going to be losing their house for delinquent taxes, okay? Most people don't want to lose their house for taxes, but there are going to be people who will lose their house for taxes. Well, why don't you be going to the current owner of the property and say, hey, we understand you have a little financial issue going on. Can we help you out of selling the property? Can we help you out maybe to refer you to one of our lenders who can give you a loan? Loan officers are not doing this at all. Realtors are not doing this at all. Realtors are doing what? They're going through the short sale business. The properties that foreclosures, banks foreclose on properties, right? You have letters sending out all the time to by realtors for those markets, but not the tax sale market at all. I don't know why, but it doesn't happen at all, okay? So as a realtor, it's huge opportunities for you, okay? To one, either go directly to the owner of the property. You have the list. They give you the list 30 days before the auction. The county posts it on the internet and say, here it is, realtors, these properties are going to go to sale. These properties are going to go to sale in 30 days. Now I get the list 3 months to 12 months ahead, but 30 days, they're pretty motivated. They're pretty motivated. They're going to do something. You already got the list. You have the address. You have the APN numbers. You have the owners. You have everything. You're not knocking on doors. You're not sending out flyers. You're not cold calling. You know they're going to be selling the property in 30 days. They list it every single county 30 days before. Realtors are not doing that at all. Investors are. Investors are contacting those sellers to buy the properties before it goes to the sale. Realtors are not at all. Okay. I don't know why, but that's a situation. Okay. So where do you get the list? One of the auction sites is called Bid for Assets. BID, the number 4 assets, Bid for Assets. San Bernardino having their auction coming up in August. Second wave, the Grand Street Group. Grand Street Group. Okay. August. Online. All of them are online. Okay. How much easier is it? They said, here's the list. Here's the address. Here's the APN number. Here's the owner. Here's the amount of money owed. They give it to you on a silver platter. But realtors are not doing it. Okay. So that's my point here. As an investor myself, I'm going to switch over very quickly as an investment point. We buy properties either in the state of California. Do you know you can buy properties in California for $10,000 a house? Do we know that? No, not in LA County. You can go to Kern County at the tax sale. You can go to Lake County. You can go to Butte County. You can go to Indio County. Okay. You can go to King County. You can do all those areas and buy a house for $10,000 at the tax sale. Not through the MLS. Nothing bad, not through realtors. You're buying it through the government. I'm buying it directly from the government. So when I buy my properties, okay, I basically buy properties for $5,000. I do a lot of stuff in Arizona, and I do it all around the country. And I will go there. I will have it cleaned up, cut the grass, and I will put it right back in the market for 30. And we sell it for about 25. So we do 3 of those a month. Okay. That's why people know us as tax sale master. Warren Buffett does this, not under his name, under his LLC's company, JP Morgan Chase. The elite, they call it the elites. They do the tax sales. They do the tax sales on a nationwide basis. Okay. So our business is doing extremely well. Extremely well. Because there's always people, it doesn't matter how the economy is, there's always people who don't pay taxes. And when I go to the local investment groups, and I go to the local Chamber of Commerce, and I give them my card, and they ask me, say, oh, you do taxes? No, I do tax sales. I do tax lien and deed investments. Do you know 99.9% of all people do not know what I do? At all. 99. But the ultra rich do. Because they know the tax sales. All right. So I think that's my time up, I believe. So I appreciate it very, very much.
We still have about maybe 5 minutes, but anybody have any questions? This is really good. You are absolutely right. People are not doing this because I am one of them.
Me too.
This is a mic drop.
It is like get clients in to put money in my pocket as an investor.
Right.
Okay.
Like right up my alley.
I have a
All right.
question for Ken.
Yes.
Ken, I know you and I have briefly spoke about what you do for a living. How much do you charge for your services? Like if a realtor wanted to work with you and might get some type of like coaching on how to do these things, do you charge for that? If so, how much do you charge?
Well, the best thing to do is come to our free webinar. I mean, come to our free class. Okay.
Okay.
We got a free class coming up in Bellflower. Okay.
Okay.
Bellflower, we're going to be at the Bellflower Chamber of Commerce. We're going to be on the August 10th, August 17th. We'll be from 9 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock in the morning. We had it last month. We had probably near 40 or 50 people show up. Great turnout. Okay. We had a live yesterday on Zoom. We had about 25 people there on the free event. And I tell people, I said, come to the free event because then we know you're serious. You're going to take some time out of your busy schedule. You're going to be there for 2 hours and you're going to start taking notes and you're going to ask questions. And then the serious people are going to be the serious people. Okay. Because that's what we realize. You have to, one, learn the knowledge, get education, and say, okay, show me some more on that.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry I wasn't able to put it in the chat, but I'm driving, so I can't type right now.
Okay,
Ken is amazing. Ken has been doing this for all the years that I've known him. We started back at Century 21, and he is as genuine and his heart is giant as you see here on this screen. He's a brainiac. He knows everything about the tax liens. If he tell you to do it, you do what he say.
Thank you very much. Do you want me to answer a couple of these? Okay, good. They put it down.
I have a question as well. My son, my son started doing that last year. So his first property, he didn't check with his mother first, but he bought a piece of land in Malibu. So we're still trying to get that sold. But he has since bought 2 properties at the tax sale in Nevada. And got them at really good prices, had to do some court thing to, for the title.
Right.
But he's putting them, back on the market and going to, and there are 2 pieces of land in residential neighborhoods. So he's going to do pretty good with those.
Yeah, he'll do very well because they're in the neighborhood and they're residential lots. So somebody will definitely pick it up. No problem there. Okay. And so this is a good avenue that you have this young lady that her son is your son is doing this already and making money. And when you make the money, you're not just making $2,000 or $3,000. Okay. You're making a good chunk of money on these deals. Okay. And it's a very low risk, that you can do. So, but yeah, so anyways, we have the live event coming up. That's August 10th, August 17th, 9 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock in the morning at the Bellflower Chamber of Commerce. Okay. You get 2 hours of training that you'll be there for that. Our next free live Zoom won't be until the end of August. Okay. We are now being booked for more in-person speaking engagements as well as more Zooms. So I've got to go to Pomona, be there by 2 for another speaking engagement there in person. But this is what we're growing. We're growing very, very fast nationwide. Okay. So we do this nationwide. And, if we can help you, follow us. The best thing to do, follow us. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. So you type in the Tax Sale Master. We're #1 in the country on TikTok. Okay. And you type that in, you can subscribe to our channel. So you will start seeing the videos, you start getting some educations. Then I do live usually once a day on TikTok also, and sometimes on YouTube too. Okay. That's the best way to do it, is subscribe to our channel, the Tax Sale Master.
Awesome. Thank you. One other question. It was, where is it? Do they show up in person to the auctions? Should we show up in person to the auctions? One, and then what is the opportunity in reaching out to the delinquent owner and connecting them to the lender for the realtors?
Yeah, so remember is that the auctions here in California, okay, so we're gonna talk about California for the realtors, they're all online, okay? But you get the list. You get online, they give you the name, they give you all this information. And if they don't, they give you the parcel number. So you can just go onto your real list. I got my license, go on your real list and you get the information there. You get who the owner is. Okay. You know how much they're delinquent on taxes. They give it to you black and white. Okay. Black and white, but no realtors doing it. I know that for a fact. Not many realtors are doing it at all. How much easier can you have it, basically? You know, I'm not saying they're all going to be friendly. You're going to go up to them. You know, they're not going to be happy because they might be losing their house in 30 days. So, but yeah, it's all on public record.
Awesome. And then when is your event in Pomona? Have someone on the call.
Yeah, it's tonight. I'm actually meeting somebody today at 2 o'clock. So we're setting up the appointment that when we're actually going to be speaking. So tonight won't be, I don't believe it's going to be a speaking engagement where I got to meet her there and go through the numbers and all these factors that we're going to do. But I'm going to be there to network. So I'm going to be there talking to other real estate investors, giving my cards out and collecting their information and answering questions, you know, like, you know, person to person for that.
Awesome. Can we get a notice? Can we get notice sooner than 30 days for the list?
Yeah, you gotta do your homework. You gotta talk to your title company on that.
Okay.
That's a whole different avenue. That's a whole different avenue to get into, okay? That I really don't get into here because I got such a short period of time or anything. So that's really when people who are really serious, they, you know, come aboard and learn from us on that. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ken. If you guys want more info, I'm pretty sure he will go into more detail August 10th and August 17th. You'll have 2 hours. So if you have any other questions, Ken, we have your contact information. We'll put it in the chat as well, and they could reach out and give you a call or shoot you a text. But what you dropped, the tools and the gems that you just gave us, bidforassets.com. You can go there, find the list, and go from there. I appreciate you taking your time to come on here and share with us. So thank you so much, Ken.
Yes, dynamite.
Dynamite. All right, Ian, our keynote speaker. I am going to read Ian's bio. About Ian Michael. Ian Michael is a multifaceted and distinguished real estate professional at Real Broker, renowned for his dynamic approach and unwavering commitment to excellence. Ian has established himself as a trusted advisor in both residential and commercial real estate markets. Beyond his achievements in real estate, Ian is deeply passionate about personal development and coaching. As a dedicated mentor and motivator, he empowers individuals to achieve their fullest potential, both personally and professionally. Ian's coaching philosophy revolves around fostering growth mindsets and cultivating success through strategic planning and resilience. Ian Michael's humanitarian efforts are equally impactful. He actively participates in community initiatives and philanthropic endeavors aimed at improving the lives of others. His compassionate leadership and advocacy for social causes have earned him respect and admiration within and beyond the real estate industry. Ian's unique blend of real estate expertise, coaching prowess, and humanitarian dedication underscores his role as a transformative figure in his field. Whether guiding clients through complex transactions or inspiring individuals to reach new heights, Ian Michael continues to leave a lasting and positive impact on those he serves. His commitment to excellence extends to his involvement in professional organization. He is a proud member of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, NAREB, where he has served on one of their governing boards. In this role, Ian actively contributes to shaping policies and initiatives that advance the real estate profession and promote diversity and inclusion within the industry. He is also a prominent figure on social media. Yes, if you don't follow him, where he's very funny, where he shares insights, trends, and tips related to real estate. His engaging content has garnered a significant following, making him a sought-after influencer in the real estate community. So without further ado, let's give it up for Ian Michael.
Woo! Woo! What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? First off, I just want to say thank you so much, Women Council of Realtors. You guys put up a star-studded lineup. I mean, everything has been great so far, and I don't say that very often. There's a lot of quality that has been talked about on this Zoom. You guys are getting your money's worth for sure. I can guarantee, I can say for myself, I made a lot of money already just from being on this Zoom. The stuff that I'm about to implement, not only in my real estate career business, but just in life in general. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Let's start off with Darvell. Darvell with the mortgage protection, life insurance, that is a huge key, not only for ourselves, but for our clientele. So we are real estate professionals. We are real estate professionals. We are real estate professionals. We want to serve our clients in all aspects of real estate, not just helping them buy and sell real estate, but helping them keep the real estate, help them grow the real estate, help them grow their wealth. And mortgage protection, that's everything. Not only are you able to keep the property in the event that something happens to your significant other or yourself, but you're able to pass down wealth to your family. So one thing he talked about earlier was life insurance policy as far as the term policy, right? He did mention whenever you have term policy and then it expires, it jumps up tremendously. For example, I have $1 million policy on myself. It's very low right now, but it jumps up to somewhere around $2,000, maybe $2,500 whenever the policy is up. But here's the catch. Here's what I'm doing. So I have $1 million policy. I'm not just going to let that go to waste. Correction, my kids should not just let that go to waste. So whenever I turn 60 and it goes up to $2,500, I have 2 kids right now. I'm going to go to them and say, hey, this policy isn't for me. Obviously, it's for you. It's $2,500 to continue the policy. How about you guys split that, right? $1,200. At that point in 30 years, maybe inflation, maybe $1,200 may not seem like as large amount as it is today. Or I've built up my real estate portfolio. I've, coached and trained my kids to do well for themselves. They're able to make that payment. So they're able to take on that policy and continue that policy. That way, whenever I pass away, they're able to get that $1 million instead of just let it go to waste. Like that's what I wanted to add. Like that's a gem. I don't know if y'all caught that, but that's a gem. But don't talk to me about that. Talk to Darvell. Talk to Darvell about this. If you guys know anyone that has life insurance, reach out to those folks. Yvette, the buyer's consultation, that was amazing. Amazing. Me, myself, I've been in real estate for 10, 11 years, I would say. I've had tremendous success, you know what I'm saying? And not to toot my own horn, but I've had a little bit of success, right? Otherwise I wouldn't be here in front of you. But I've never had a buyer's consultation. Never had a true buyer's consultation. I think that where we're headed, in the future of real estate today, we definitely need a buyer's consultation no matter how long you've been in the business. Of course, you get repeat and referral business, but we're in different times. These new buyers, they don't know you. They don't care how long you've been in the industry. They don't necessarily care how many sales that you had. But after you do your buyer's consultation in that form, you're going to show them why you mean so much to them and why they should choose you as opposed to someone else like me who doesn't have a buyer's consultation. So thank you so much. I'm getting on that right now. And then the tax sales, I love it. I love it. I love it. That is a lane. That is a lane that not too many people are doing. So I'll give you another website that's out there that goes after foreclosures and notice of defaults. It's called retran.net. Retran.net is a great website for you guys. Helps you identify the notice of defaults, helps you identify the foreclosures or the trust sales, so you can capture and go ahead in that market. It's not easy, definitely not, but it's another avenue for you guys to drum up some business. So like I said, man, star-studded lineup. We have, let's say, about 25 minutes. I want to be very conscious of your time. Don't want to go over. But I am here to talk about two things. Number one, putting on your home buyer seminar. And number two, networking. Networking to increase your net worth. So I know people out there like, hey, I don't have any business right now. I don't know where to get business right now. What are you talking about? You know so many people. Pick up your phone. Let's do something. Pick up your phone. You have, and go through your contacts. So if you have an iPhone, you go to your contacts app and scroll all the way down to the bottom. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. Jeez, it says I have 4,000 people in my phone. That's crazy. A lot of those are double numbers and stuff like that. But let's say I had 25. Let's say I had 2,000. They say you should be able to capture about somewhere around 5% of your database, if you do it correctly, that would be in the form of sales. So let's say 2,500 times 5%, that's 125. So I should have 125 sales every year based off of my contacts. I don't have 125 sales every year, so I'm doing something wrong. So there's no shortage of ways to get business. We just got to find out how to get business. And that's what I'm here to talk about. I'm a huge advocate of trying to or getting business based off of your lifestyle. Glenn does a great example of that. She has a spin class. She's heavy into fitness.
Hold on.
Glenn,
Spin is
how
booty.
many,
A booty
say it
class.
again?
It's a booty class.
Booty class. I'm sorry, spin class. I said spin class just because maybe I wasn't thinking booty. Booty's not necessarily on my mind right now. So it's a booty class. Okay. It's a booty class. So Glenn, how long have you been doing this class?
It'll be 3 years in September.
3 years. Wow. 3 years. That's amazing. So Glenn is able to do her passion and let them know that she's in real estate. I don't want to get into her business, but I'm pretty sure if she hasn't got any business from her class, she's definitely going to get business from that class. And it doesn't even feel like work, right? Like
Right.
you're
I
just
got
out there
my
having
first
fun.
$1.4 million deal from fitness. From
Woo!
and real estate together.
1.4?
1.475.
1.475. So raise your hand if you want to grow your booty and get a 1.475 listing. Raise your hand. There you go. I mean, I'm already too thick over here because I do a lot of deadlifts, so I'm gonna put my hand down. But for you ladies out there, you can get business while being in the fitness world. You know what I'm saying? Working out. So that's another way that you guys can capture business while networking. What's another way to capture business while networking? I get a lot of people saying, oh, Ian, I'm a mother. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm really into my kids. My kids have basketball practice, soccer practice, piano. Some of them are in daycare. Uh, you just named off 5 different referral sources. Basketball practice, right? So you can be the team mom. You can be the team mom, passing out snacks to some of the people, passing out the pregame snacks or whatever in a little cute package, and all of a sudden you have your business card in there, or you have a sticker on top of it saying, "Hey, I am a team mom, but how I pay the bills is I'm a real estate professional." Easy way. I mean, you're going to practice anyway. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you people are already team moms anyway. Why don't you even create a business networking event inside of your team mom activities? You know what I'm saying? So I had a person come up to me the other day, same instance, said, "Hey Ian, how do I get business? I run a run club. I'll go ahead and say I run a run club, but I don't want to be that creepy, super salesy real estate professional. I say easy. Let's talk about it. You are the president of a run club. What is your goal? Your goal is go out there and help people get out there and be physically fit. I love that for you. You're also the president. Not only do you want to help people be physically fit, but you should also trying to help people better themselves outside of just being physically fit. So what does that look like? In my eyes, I'm like, you should start not only a run club, but a business, run club business, family oriented. So this is what you say. You go to the run club. Hey, run club family. Once again, not only do I want to help you physically, but I want to help you in all aspects of life where I want to create a business networking event. That way, we're coming as a family. If you have a struggling business, we want to help you do that. If you want to put your name out there, we want to help you do that. If you want to start a business, we want to help you do that as well. And then by chance, you just let them know, yeah, I can help you, but I want to also ask you if you can help me. I'm a real estate professional. I'm looking for people that need to sell because maybe they're behind on the mortgage. I need people that need to downsize because their house is too small. Or I'm looking at people that need to purchase a property because they just got a vacancy notice from their landlord or the notice to vacate from their landlord. Coming from a place of help, it's all mental. It's all mental. You're not that creepy salesperson just trying to get business for yourself. If you, the most successful people in real estate are the people that actually want to go out there and help people. So you have to change your mindset. You're there to help people. They don't have a real estate license, so they can't do this stuff. So who's going to do it then? Why not you? Why not you? Think about that. Also, I told him even if you don't want to verbally say it, wear a shirt. I created a shirt for him that said, because once again he's a run club, says I run real estate. I run real estate. Look how easy that is. Oh, you run real estate. Oh, are you a realtor? Yeah, I am a realtor. And I can make this shirt for you. What do you do? Oh, I'm an accounting. I'm accountant. Cool. I'll make a shirt for you. I run accounting. Wow, easy. Then the run club people are gonna look, oh wow, I run real estate, I run accounting, I want a shirt like that. Boom. The business group is right there. I made that up on the spot. That's free to you guys. You know what I'm saying? I ain't charging. That's for you guys. That's game. You know what I'm saying? Don't steal my ideas though. I'm just kidding. But that is another way you can use your network to drum up business. You know ample amounts of people. The gym people, your dentist, your kids' daycare, kids' activities. Uh, what else? What else? Your dry cleaner, your auto mechanic. There's no shortage of business out there. We just got to go out there and think creatively and think outside the box. I'll go ahead and put my information. You guys, once again, I love to do a business consultation. I love to talk about this type of stuff. You want to talk about that church. Church is huge. Church is huge. You especially want to help your church folk. Church is huge. There's once again, there's no shortage of people. If you guys are like, hey Ian, I don't know what I want to do. I need some ideas. When I first dropped into, so a little bit about myself, I grew up in I got 2 minutes till I to go to homebuyer seminar, which I had more time. But I'm originally from Orange County. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in LA, but I didn't really resonate with the Orange County folks. So I had to transition my business to LA. And I didn't know anybody. I didn't go to school out here. I have family that's from LA. That's about it. A lot of my friends were from, what I'm saying, Orange County. I had to literally drop into a new market and create some business. So what I did was I started networking. So I hopped on a website called meetup.com, right? So if you guys don't know what that is, let me see if I can put that on the screen for you guys. Is that nope, that's
Ian, I'm over here about to lose my mind.
Why is that?
Because you are repeating stuff that I have said before. You are my new best friend, my friend. Go, Ian, go.
Yes, I'm here. I mean, the success is out there. Success is out there. So if you go to meetup.com, literally whatever you are into is on meetup.com, and there's a community for you. If you would like to do basket weaving, they have a community for you. If you like to do dodgeball, literally, I just looked up a dodgeball community in Meetup. Networking around things you love to do, so it doesn't necessarily feel like work. There's no shortage of leads. There's no shortage of ways to get business. We just got to think outside the box, get creative. Networking. Networking also includes other real estate professionals. I've received 2 referrals so far from out-of-state people, out-of-state real estate professionals. They said, hey, I need a real estate agent in Los Angeles. Ian's top of mind. Let me go ahead and refer the deal to Ian. And one of them was a $1.2 million deal. So it does include other real estate professionals. Of course, maybe not in the immediate area, although I have received I've received referrals or collaborations from local realtors because maybe they're new and they don't necessarily know how escrow works and they need some guidance. And I partnered up with them to close a deal for them and help them. Yeah. But I've received referrals from Sacramento, San Diego, because it's just too far for those people to come to LA all the time just to service a client. You know what I'm saying? So how do we do that? We join those real estate groups. So I'm a part of a couple of real estate groups on Facebook, Black Real Estate Network, Real Estate Mastermind, Real Estate Memes, because I like to make people laugh. I like to laugh myself. But these are all networking groups that you guys can be a part of online. So you're looked at as the area specialist and put yourself out there and say, hey guys, just want to introduce myself. My name is Ian Michael. I'm the representative in Los Angeles. I specialize in commercial multifamily or residential investments. Of course, I help, the regular people buy and first-time home buyers and do listing as well, but this is what I'm known for. Put yourself out there in those groups. So that's a thing today. Put yourself out. So add yourself on those groups, introduce yourself, but you also have to give value. It's not just a take thing. You have to give value. So you could say, hey, here's what's happening in the LA market. Here's what's happening in the Sacramento market, whatever market that you're covering. Here's the new tenancy laws that are in LA County. You have to be able to give game out there, give something out there. And when people see you as the area specialist, not just someone that has their hand out, then that's when they're more open to giving you business and also keeping yourself top of mind whenever they do have a referral. You know what I'm saying? So I actually received a referral last year from an agent that was in Alabama. Yeah, it was in Alabama. It said, hey, my client actually flew from Los Angeles to Alabama, looked at some properties and wants to make an offer, but they have to sell their house in California. Could you handle this for me? Because I saw you on the group. It wasn't the other way around. The agent from Alabama had a client that was in LA, right? We missed out on that business. Our LA agents missed out on that business. That should have been our client referring to them. But no, they referred me the client because that client went out there and found a house. So real estate groups work. I know I don't want to network with other realtors. Yeah, networking with other realtors locally might not be the best. I mean, I think it's still the best because, if you know someone on the other side of that offer, other side of that listing, it makes it a lot easier to get your offer accepted. You know what I'm saying? But other people I don't see the value in that. If you don't see the value in that, they're short-minded. That's number one. Number two, see the value in national, knowing real estate professionals in New York, Florida, Atlanta, Texas, stuff like that, to be able to reciprocate and also be able to have a smooth handoff from your client that may be relocating from LA to the other places because people are leaving LA at an alarming rate. So they need someone else from another state to be able to help them that like, and trust. Okay. So that's networking. Now, I'm going to put on my timer for home buyer seminars. So, who in here does home buyer seminars? Raise your hand. If not, that's totally fine. That's what you're here for. Excellent, excellent, excellent. No hands went up that I can see. If your hand did go up, kudos to you. But home buyer seminars, whether it be virtual or in person, is the new wave. I mean, correction, it's not even the new wave. It's what we need to be doing. Once again, these new buyers, they're very impersonal. These new generation, they're constantly on their phone. They are on the internet. They don't necessarily go to random open houses. Like before 2020, we used to hold the open house. We had a gang of people come through the open house. Now it seems like everyone that comes through the open house is already represented, or it's very few and far in between. And you're saying, why is that? Is because they found a real estate professional already online, on social media. They already found a real estate professional. So if that's what's happening, then we need to gravitate our business to be able to accept those type of clients through the form of home buyer seminars. And why home buyer seminars specifically is because if you put yourself on a platform where you're once again the area specialist or someone that's seemed as a specialist because you're teaching a class, you now have that much more credibility than someone that just so happens to be a real estate professional. Okay. So I highly suggest you do home buyer seminars, whether it be in person and virtual. Now, of course, you're going to get a lot more people virtual doing the virtual home buyer seminars, 100%. But in person is critical too, because we still get those people that like to go face to face. And I will say there are way more serious people that go to in-person home buyer seminars than that go to the actual virtual home buyer seminars. And once again, if you're putting on your home buyer seminars on Eventbrite, on Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that, you might
How
get
you
other
want spice to be?
from Texas, you might get other people from Florida, whatever. Those are still great leads. Those are still referral bonuses. Just imagine doing a home buyer seminar, 2 hours of your day. You get 3 clients from out of state. You have to referral. You know what I'm saying? That's $10,000 each. 25% referral. You just made $7,500 for 2 hours of your time. That's amazing, right? I mean, I calculate my dollar per hour every year. You know what I'm saying after I look at my business, and it's not $7,500. It's not 3,000. So for me to be able to do something like that, amazing, amazing. And I wanted to share my screen because I do have a home buyer seminar. What's it called? Slides that I wanted to show you because you guys are like, okay, great, home buyer seminar sound great, Ian. But what do I talk about? What do I talk about? So I'll give you an example. And I'll put my information in the chat as well. And because I want you guys to follow me on Instagram. Okay. It's Ian Michael. If you guys don't have Instagram, get Instagram and follow me because it's really critical to your business. If you want a copy of this home buyer seminar, I'll send you a copy. That way you can just cut and paste. I'm feeling great. Yvette said, I'm gonna send you a copy. I was like, dang it, that's amazing. I ain't gonna share mine. But she opened my heart and I'm gonna share mine. Okay. Just because Yvette, y'all gotta think Yvette. So I'm gonna go ahead and share mine. Okay. So here is the home buyer seminar. Let me know if you guys see the screen right here.
Yes, we can see it.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So my whole thing, once again, I'm a big advocate of creating wealth. Like I said, I'm an investment specialist. So I named my seminar Creating Wealth Through Home Ownership. And you guys are like, oh shoot, why that? Because I want to make sure my target market, my audience, that people that I want to work with are people that want to create wealth through home ownership. Now I do have titles such as First Time Home Buyer Seminar, Learn to Purchase your first property, stuff like that. But once again, I'm looking at specific people that I want to work with. So people that want to create wealth through home ownership. What does that mean? That means buying a property, right? That means using that property, leveraging that property to buy more property, not just that one. Okay. It's strategic, you guys. It's strategic. So really take time to think about your title. And then I outline it, right? This is the first page, outline it. Benefits of owning real estate, the pros and the cons, the process of buying and selling, knowing the steps, how to leverage your real estate to qualify for a home, right? To qualify for a home, right? How to leverage real estate, and then also how to qualify for a home. So once again, how to leverage real estate, buy more real estate. That's my type of people. Then I encourage people to ask questions. Ask questions. There are going to be a lot of questions. Ask questions. I encourage you. So always have a slide for that. Why buy? I ask the crowd too. I'm very interactive, as you guys can see. I like to get people involved and engaged because I don't want people to just be there just on the Zoom or on whatever in person just sleeping, right? I'm asking the questions and also give out $5 gift cards. I need to bump it up to 10. $5 ain't getting that for you at Starbucks no more. But I usually give $5 gift cards for people to actually answer questions or engaged, right? And so I have them visualize how will purchasing a home change your life. That's a powerful thing. If we're not even doing this on our consultations, like how will purchasing a home change your life, we got to find the motivation. That's in everything. We got to find the motivation. How will purchasing a home change your life? Get them to think, get them to engage. Then I talk about the wealth facts. The facts like the net worth of a homeowner is 44 times greater than the net worth of a renter. Huge. And then hit people with children. Kids who grow up in a home are more likely to go to college. Like, that's crazy. I found out that stat. That's wild, but it's totally true. So get people, talk about wealth facts. Once again, I'm talking to people who I want to talk to. When is the right time to buy? We got to address the elephant in the room. When is the right time to buy? Is now still a good time to buy? How are today's conditions investing in the housing market? Can I buy what I want? We have to address these things. Reasons why people wait to buy, right? Once again, addressing stuff. Going to wait till interest rates get better. I'll wait until I save more money. Do they not know? They don't know how to buy, not properly educated. We have to, and also I go through these questions and I answer them. Then we go into the pros and cons. Also, make this fun. Look at my slide. That's Drake. Drake don't like the cons. Make it fun. Make it engaging. Make it to your personality. No one likes a boring seminar. People are gonna fall asleep. No one likes it. So I'll throw a little Drake in there. And I don't like the cons. What are the cons of buying a home? Higher payment than renting. Yeah. Feeling stuck in a property. Market timing. More responsibility. Cost of items breaking in a home. Then I go over how we go over that. Higher payment than renting. Yeah, it is, at least in Los Angeles, it is a higher payment than renting, but it's a constant payment. It's a higher payment than renting today. But in 5, 10 years, it's not going to be the case, I promise you. Feeling stuck in a property. Yeah, you can't just pick up and move like you do a rental. I get that, but there's ways around that. We can rent out the property. You can sell the property. We can find ways to make it work. Market timing. Is it a good time to buy? We go over that as well. More responsibility. Yeah, if something breaks, it's on you, right? Same thing with number 5. It's kind of go hand in hand. Something breaks, it's on you. But guess what? That's what we have insurance for. That's what we have home warranty protections for. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I go over the cons and I also, have answers for them. Talk about the pros. See, Drake said, yeah, I like the pros. I like the pros. What are the pros? Stability or savings as far as equity, leverage equity, buy more real estate. My favorite thing. Tax savings, privacy. I actually made a video on social media, a couple of videos yesterday or 2 days ago talking about privacy. Whenever you don't own something, someone else has a key to your place. You know what I'm saying? I've heard stories of, Pookie coming home from jail 5, 10 years later with a key and opening someone's house that doesn't live there, but they didn't change the locks. So privacy is a pro. Privacy is a pro. And talk about recession. Everyone, I'm going to wait till the housing market crashes. Then I'll buy a house. Wait till the stock market crashes. Then I'll buy the house. Out of the last 5 recessions, housing only went down twice. The price of housing only went down twice the last 5 recessions. People don't understand that though. They feel, 2009, 2011, buy a house 50% off. That's going to happen again. That only happened 2 out of the last 5 recessions. Come on now. We got to know the facts. But, we have to play against the media too. That's the tough part. But we are the real estate professionals. Let's talk about it. Once again, questions. And talk about how to buy a house. What to buy. What was an offer. Escrow. I'm speeding through this. I'm talking too much. I got it's 12 o'clock right now. I'm going to talk for 2 more minutes. Okay. Talk about what to buy. Duplex, triplex, fourplex, single family condo, townhouse. Explain that stuff. The pictures of what they look like. Then I go into a case study. Oh, this is going to take the 2 minutes up. I go into a case study. I say, hey guys, based off the information right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a case study, right? People like you guys in this seat. You guys are going to leave today. You're either going to buy a house or you're not going to buy a house, right? So I have an example with Jimmy. Jimmy attended the homebuyer seminar just like you guys. Jimmy was like, okay, cool. I'll buy a condo. I also updated these numbers. Buying a condo for 300 doesn't exist. I have a more updated slides a little bit that I already have. So bought a condo for 300,000. Mortgage was 2,000, but rent was 1,500. But Jimmy was like, you know what? Ian said rent's going to go up, so I'm going to go ahead and lock in this mortgage payment. 5 years later, he refinanced, and now his mortgage is 1,600. Dropped the mortgage insurance, extended the loan. Now he's living nice. He has tax savings each year. He has 100K in equity by year 5. Jimmy is happy. Even though Jimmy had a rent of 1,500, Jimmy's happy. Jimmy's happy 5 years later. We gotta go over the delayed gratification. All right, delayed gratification will make you wealthy, not instant gratification. Meet Joyce and Dave, the house hackers. They bought a triplex. Their mortgage was 4,200, but guess what? They're only responsible for paying 1,700 because they're using the other rents to help pay for the mortgage. That's what house hacking is. You get other people's money to pay for your mortgage, pay for housing expenses, right? Joyce also raises rent every year at 3% because that happened to her. Cost of living goes up, inflation goes up, so she has to raise the rent. But guess what? The mortgage stays the same. So George refinanced 10 years later, and now her portion is only 600. That's crazy. She has a $640,000 property. She only pays $600 on that. That's wild. Joyce has equity, tax savings, and more buying power. Joyce is happy. But guess what? Not everyone makes the right decision. Jane rent was 1,600, right? She was like, you know what? I'm not going to buy. I'll just save some money, whatever. So, because I don't want to be like Jimmy, jumped up the mortgage to 2,000. So she continued to rent 1,600. Good news, and she saved 60,000 in 10 years. Good news. But bad news is the home that she originally wanted is now 400,000. It was 300,000 when she could have bought. Now it's 400,000. So she actually lost $40,000 waiting to buy. She also lost out on tax savings, appreciation, privacy. Jane is not happy. That's why she's not pictured here. She don't want to show her face. She's not happy. I ain't mad at her, right? But don't let Jane be you. Do not let Jane be you. So this is what I tell people. I give them a case study. This is real life stuff. A lot of people like this stuff, and I think it speaks leaps and bounds to your people. Then we go over what goes into offer, types of loans. Like I said, I edited this, so I don't give this misinformation to my people. Sorry, I got the wrong one. Talk about escrow, earnest money deposit, contingencies. We go through all of them, appraisals, loan. Talk about what happens in the remaining days of escrow after all the hard stuff is done as far as the contingencies. Also, and then here's the question. So what I also do is I bring partners on the homebuyer seminars too. So last homebuyer seminar, I brought a loan officer. That was Alex. I also brought a home warranty specialist. That way they don't just take my information saying, hey, if stuff breaks down, what happens? They actually had a home warranty specialist come in and talk about what they can do. And I also had times I had a credit specialist too. And then physical inspector. Yep, had a physical inspector going in and talk about that too. So bring in your partners. It doesn't necessarily have to be all on you. Bring in your partners for a homebuyer seminar. Now, once again, I'm sorry I went over 4 minutes. I'm sorry, it's a little bit rushed.
You are okay. It's fine.
But what questions do you guys have either on the homebuyer seminar or the network? You guys are on mute if you guys are trying to talk.
This was dynamite.
Excellent. Thank you for that. And if nothing, if you thought it was just wonderful, I appreciate that too.
Let's see, did anybody put anything in the chat? No one put anything in the chat. I think you did it. I mean, it was amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the tips that you gave. I wrote a lot of stuff down.
Thank you.
There's no shortage in people. That's the main one.
No shortage in people. There's shortage in mindset, but no shortage in people.
Okay, come on. I appreciate if you guys have any questions for Ian. Ian is going to graciously, Janae said thank you, graciously share.
Yvette has a question.
Oh, Miss Yvette, go ahead.
Okay, well, it's more like a statement, but yes, great job. I need to add a little more fun stuff to my slides, but I do that as well, the home buyer seminars, and I use my son as an example. Matter of fact, it's almost the same example you have in your slide. He bought a home with an ADU The home is like 1,600 square feet. The ADU was like 800 square feet. $4,700 note. The ADU, we rented out Section 8, $3,000. He paid $1,700 on, I mean, and this is fully remodeled, 4-bedroom, 2-bath in West Athens. Yeah. So I like to show those examples, and that's good. I like how you added quite a few, and especially the last one where, you know, what is they talk about the pain and the pleasure. So not doing these things, this is where you be like Jane. So thank you. It was excellent.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Can you drop your slides in the chat?
Oh yeah, I could draw my slides in the chat.
They were excellent, excellent.
Good job, and we enjoyed you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank
We
you for
learned a
having me.
lot
Like I
from
said,
everybody. We enjoyed all the panelists and the keynote speakers for real. Like seriously.
We did. Everybody is amazing. We're waiting for you to be on the board. And Yvette, you too.
Okay, before we end the call, I just want to go over a few more things. We have our upcoming events. Our treasurer D is going to talk about just briefly what we have coming up. D, can you see the screen?
I'm seeing yes.
Probate room. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. We have on August 9th, our elections, and also alongside with the probate and trust seminar, and the elections is for the Women's Council of Realtors year 2025. And also for September 14th, we have our Realtor Safety Month. So we're inviting you to join in with us, join our board.
Yes, thank you, Dee. Yes, this is a Women's Council event, so of course we have to open up that opportunity for membership. If you are interested in joining Women's Council to network, as Ian said earlier, being a part of these groups really will help you build relationships with other people and get referrals. I know my mom has been a part of Women's Council already for 3 or 4 years, and she's had numerous already referrals from out of the state, all over. So Women's Council, it has benefits if you're looking to grow your leadership skills, getting in front of people, talking, moving up. Maybe you want to be a part of a CAR board or an NAR board, and these are opportunities for you to, you know, build that confidence in yourself, put on events, put on programs like this, home buyer seminars, learning from other realtors to help us advance our business, which is really the key. Like, why reinvent the wheel when it's already been invented and you can rip off and duplicate? That's how people are successful. Rip off and duplicate. There's no need for you to just be trying to do this on your own. There's so many people on this call that has success stories that we could, you know, benefit from, that we can grow from. So that's why Women's Council of Realtors, a networking group as this is very beneficial for your business as well. So we do have an opportunity to join our board. I said board because that is coming up. Opportunity to join our board is, the elections are August 9th. We have a lot of positions open. The only position that is guaranteed is Miss Siobhan, who she will be our president for 2025. But we have our president-elect. You will ascend to the presidency in 2026. We have the treasurer, Dee said she will come back. So we have our membership director position open, first vice president position open, our events director position is open. If you want more information on that, we can send that information over to you. You can follow us on social media. If you're not on social media, as Ian said, you need to get on social media. And if you are on some social media and you don't use it, you need to use it. Like, follow people, I follow other realtors as well. And just like Ian, I rip off and duplicate, okay? If they doing something and I see it successful in their area, I'm gonna do it over here and do it with my business. If it give me 5 likes, somebody in that might want that. All you need is one person to get a client in a realtor. I mean, to get a client. So that our membership director is Tiffany. She will be happy to send you an application over to join our Women's Council of Realtors. We're the Long Beach Network. We do have an event coming up as well in the fall. It's our big event. It will be our fall meeting, and it's right here in Long Beach. I will definitely encourage you guys to come out. You'll see it on a larger scale. We'll be installing our state leadership there. So we'll be meeting our state president, that line, treasurer, membership director, our state liaison. That's happening in Long Beach, coming up in September. Ooh, I can't remember the date. September 22nd and September 23rd.
Yeah.
That will be coming up. So we would love to have you. I want to say most of you guys are a part of Women's Council, but if you're not, we would love to have you a part of Women's Council. With that being said, Ian already went over everyone's topic. Thank you, Ian. See, leaders just do. You don't even have to tell them. They just do. So I love leaders. You went over Miss Yvette. She already put it in the chat. We'll be emailing these as well. I'll copy the links. I hope you guys copied the links. Let me copy the links right now, because once we close the chat, they go.
No, saved in the chat from the recording, but I did copy.
Okay, awesome. And then we'll be emailing that out. And then, you know, if you have teams and you want to share that with your teams, thank you, Ian, for sharing with us. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want to, but thank you, Yvette, for sharing first. So Ian could share. Ken, thank you so much. He hopped off. I know he had to go somewhere. And Darvell, thank you as well. I'm not sure if he's still on. I think he hopped off to get onto his cruise. Yeah, he hopped off to go onto his cruise. He's about to turn up. He's going to have a great time. But I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, we can stay on for a few, but if you don't have any questions, thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, and make sure you guys are following everybody on this call so you can learn and grow from everyone. I'll talk to you guys later.
Hey, can I say something real quick about the Power
Yes.
Women's Council? It's Stephanie.
Oh, Stephanie.
Hey, so I just wanted to just talk about the Power Women's Council. If you're involved, if you're not involved, get more involved. I actually had a dilemma on Tuesday where I am the president of another organization and my speaker was not able to speak. I reached out to our district vice president, Teresa, at 11, and the meeting was at 5. And I reached out to her stating I have a problem, in tears. And she says, she thought about it, and then she says, I got you. She showed up, and she really, I mean, I can't put it any other way, but she showed out to the point where it created some change and got people excited again about this organization. So if you're not involved in Women's Council, it creates an amazing sisterhood. I am forever changed because of what happened on Tuesday. So I would just say, as a member of Women's Council, I'm in another network. I'm not trying to do anything but promote the fact that Women's Council is good, but also get more involved. If you have a position, really take it to heart. If you don't, get one, and just really support the whole Women's Council idea. But that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Well, we did announce you, Miss Stephanie. You weren't on yet. That Stephanie is the president-elect. She will ascend to the president in 2025 for the South Bay Network. And we are honored to have you and support you and the entire group. And Glennis, our current 2024 president, in case y'all didn't know, she's my daughter. She's just amazing. So proud of her. She is doing the doggone thing. Glennis, this was an outstanding seminar. If I could have turned somersaults and flips, I would have, but then y'all would have had to call 911 because I back here and fell down. But exactly. It was outstanding.
Thanks, Mom. Or Teresa. I'll be knowing what to call her in business settings.
I can be mom in business. It's okay.
Thank you. Like a little mini Kris Jenner, okay? She is doing her business. But thank you guys so much. You guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Miss Yvette, can you stay on for a second? Okay, everybody else, I will end the board. You guys have a great day.
Okay, me too.
Bye. Mary, you can stay too.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh,
Glennis?
Janae has a question. Yes.
Yeah, I was just curious about the women's board. I'm a new agent. And I'm on the Hitchens team with Yvette. She invited me here today. But when you were mentioning like getting involved and things like that, it just made me curious, like, is there opportunity for new agents to be a part of this council?
Absolutely, it is. I think it's good for new agents to be a part of Women's Council. One, because you haven't really had any other bias things to, get you to do other things that's not going to move your business forward. And it's going to give you tools. You're going to meet a lot of seasoned agents who's been in the business. My mom has been in the business for over 20 years. I've been in the business for over 10 years now, 12 years now.
13, long time.
I had my license for a while. I didn't practice real estate in the beginning, but I was just around my mom. And so that's how I learned real estate until 2018 is when I did my first transaction. And then I've been doing transactions since. But there's opportunities for you to grow.